How your childhood experience affects your love style. Our childhood experiences may affect our adult love styles and lives, whether it is good or bad. Those childhood memories can be embedded in your subconscious mind. Eventually, some of these childhood experiences might be seen in your adulthood. Happy memories may not affect your adulthood, since you have experienced love, compassion, acknowledgement from your parents. On the other hand, a horrible experience which can lead to trauma may affect you more deeply. An inner wound is harder to cure than physical trauma. Negative childhood experience in a nutshell. Negative childhood experiences can lead to trauma which follows you until adulthood. These traumas can be caused by overwhelming factors considering your relationship with your parents. Childhood trauma refers to any significant painful experience that you may have been exposed to as a child. Those painful experiences may come in the form of abuse. Abuse can start at any time in life. Even when you are not more than 5 years old, you may face physical or verbal abuse from your parents. Physical abuse can be hitting, choking, smacking, etc., while verbal abuse such as swearing, yelling loudly, rudely, or even speaking violently to children. How childhood experience affects your love styles when you become adult. Childhood experience can impact your adulthood. One of those dimensions is your love style. What you have experienced might be reflected in your love lives. Humans learn by observing and imitating others. Parents are the protagonists we have imitated from the first few years of our lives. Then, naturally, our observation of the family or parents as we grow up will greatly shape us. Here are some of those effects that might follow you through your adult love lives and love styles. Number 1. Attachment styles affected by your childhood experience. When you are still a child, you have a strong attachment with your parents. No matter how good or bad your parents are, vigorous attachment will shape you throughout your life. According to psychologists, there are 4 types of attachment which can adopt as an adult. Secure. People with this attachment style are willing to build trust and close relationship with others. You can feel comfortable with intimacy without worrying about rejection, but you can keep being independent. Anxious. People who develop this style of attachment may be very afraid of being abandoned. You may have the urge to be continuously verified and validated. You feel insecure and have a triumphant desire for closeness. Avoidant. Being avoidant is to fear intimacy. You feel uncomfortable with intimacy and seek independence and freedom. This may cause you to avoid getting too close to others. You can also develop distrust with someone close to you. Therefore, you are usually emotionally unavailable. Anxious avoidant. The combination of two. You may desire the attention and love of your significant other, but at the same time, you avoid emotional intimacy. You need to feel loved and cared for while you also avoid developing intimate romantic relationships. You tend to feel uncomfortable with intimacy and worry about your commitment and love from your partner. Number 2, developing trust issues. A certain experience from your early life may affect your willingness to trust others. You might struggle to give trust to your partner. You are worried they will respect your needs, hopes, and your boundaries. These can happen because your experience in your childhood. It is difficult to get rid of the beliefs and values of your childhood, you know? This may be the result of physical violence or, more rarely, through harsh words. Emotional abuse makes it difficult to build relationships. Some people even develop some kind of paranoia or mistrust. The fact is that you cannot escape these early experiences. You cannot change what had happened to you. It will continue to affect you, but you can learn how to get the best results out of it. Have you ever experienced trust issues with your partner? How do you manage it? Share with us in the comment. Number 3, the way you communicate. Childhood trauma may also impact the way you communicate in your adult lives. In some families, conflicts are handled in a low and a quiet manner. In other families, conflicts may involve yelling at each other, or in some other cases, a family never acknowledged or recognized the conflict. These are some ways of communication that may be related to your early experience. Passive. You tend to be apologetic, speak indirectly, and self-deny. Passive-aggressive. You feel the urge to self-enhance while at the same time you're also emotionally dishonest. Aggressive. You tend to attack, blame, and take control. The way you communicate is something you learn and develop over time. The sooner you determine your communication styles, the sooner you can find the best way to deal with your partners. Number 4, the way you treat money. People who have difficulties having their needs in early life years might see money differently than those who have enough. When you are a child, your parents are the ones who occupy all the money and resources. Parents are the ones who provide you with money, resources, time, and education. These are the top 3 resources of our childhood. The way you saw how your parents treated money in the past will likely affect you. In our childhood, we develop our view of money based on the quality of life we have or desire to have. In your lifestyle, money is an important theme. When two people begin to merge their lives, they will need to question their views on the money. That can become a challenge, but with good communication, you might find what is best for you. Number 5, the way you cope with the relationship problems. Childhood experience can also affect how you cope with relationship problems in the future. We formed some coping mechanisms while we were in the childhood phase. These mechanisms can kick in when we face problems in relationships. For instance, when you have a conflict, that inner child can come out in form of your reaction to a problem. For instance, if you're angry, you're unlikely to deal with a problem rationally. You're more likely to act impulsively and reactively. That is why we need to be aware of our inner child. When you become aware of your inner child, you can make some changes in your relationship. Number 6, challenge to develop emotional intelligence. Any childhood experience more or less will affect our emotions. On the other hand, humans are emotional beings. People who have experienced childhood trauma may have more difficulty in developing these aspects. Childhood trauma can make it difficult for you to get all the emotional kits you need. Some of this emotional intelligence are collaboration and cooperation, emotional self-awareness, the ability to express feelings, the ability to recognize what others might feel, the way you evaluate your reaction, ability to pause before giving some reaction, accountability, the ability to connect your thoughts and emotions to your behavior, the ability to connect your actions to the emotional reactions. If you have experienced childhood trauma, you may have difficulty developing one or more of these emotional intelligence skills. But remember, these skill sets are something you can learn and develop at any age. So no need to worry so much. Keep improving every day. Number 7, life patterns. Every parent or family develop their pattern differently. Take a simple example. One family has a habit of getting a 2-hour nap at the noon caused by a hectic schedule. Taking a nap inside the car is not something uncanny. While other people find it hard to get asleep while in the car, it is because they never have the same patterns. They always sleep in bed, not in the middle of the trip. These are simple models from different patterns which differ from one another, not to mention the other aspects of life which are affected by childhood experience. As we enter adulthood, we continue many of these norms. When people are in a relationship, they need to establish a new pattern. This process requires some patience and time. How is the difference between you and your partner? Is there a norm or a pattern that you need to compromise? Childhood experiences will affect your adulthood. In addition, if these experiences brings you trauma, those experiences can affect your daily life but also affect your love style. The way you treat your partner may be the result of your childhood experience. The best way to deal with it is to rethink your childhood and how it affects your love life. When you try to unlock your childhood and positively influence your love life, follow these general principles. Be open to other family and relationship models. Decide what you want your love life to be like. Decide what you like and dislike from your childhood. Forgive your past mistakes and also your future mistakes. Set goals and communicate effectively with your partners. I hope that you'll find this video to your valuable advantage and it might help you in different ways. If you found this video informative, do like and subscribe. And don't forget to give comments and provide us with your valuable feedback. Plus, Do you want to suggest us a topic for the next video? Feel free to tell us. See you in the next video. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching.